more solid basis in spirituality. Ours is a materialistic culture, and I think that was.
Mm-hmm. But I agree
factor
with what you said about the etheric plane, Don Croft. Is that if we have a strong aura about us, right?
Yeah.
And we carry no ill thoughts for these people. They're doing the best they can. They're just confused, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, we can't hate them. If we hate them, we lose.
That's right. If
Right.
and you build this strong aura, and you don't hate them, and you don't fight them, and they can't penetrate that.
Well, here's the deal: if you hate them, they own you.
That's exactly right, boy.
You can oppose them and still love them.
Mm-hmm.
You can still defeat them.
Right.
But you just can't hate them.
That's right. It's all with respect, and that's what the Constitution was all built on, right? Common law. You disagree with
common law.
Yeah, you disagree with someone, but you disagree with respect. Yes, sir, I hear what you're saying, but look at this. It's a big difference in what's going on in our culture now, and that's where the gold is, I think, boy. We're talking with Don Croft and his organization, along with his wife, worldwithoutparasites.com. They're in northern Idaho, and they make all kinds of really cool products, but they do make something that our friend David Wolf talks about that he speaks very highly of. Is called the Terminator, and it's like a Cadillac of zappers. And zappers are these little instruments which are very low voltage and certain frequency that will basically, Don Croft, just kill about anything that's out there in your body, huh?
Yeah, that's easy.
Easy. That's so great.
Easy.
And how long does it have to be in contact? For example, if you strap one of these guys on, does it start killing viruses, bacteria, mold, fungus, parasites immediately?
Right away. If the first time you ever use a zapper, my zapper or any zapper, be sure to do it at least 20 minutes, though. That's very important, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you don't do it at least 20 minutes, you can destroy the larger organisms that will release some smaller organisms that might be quite deadly.
Uh-huh.
Not to say it's going to kill you, but it's going to give you a problem.
You could get sick.
But if you zap 20 minutes, you've killed the whole range of parasites and their parasites and on down.
And how long has this technology been kind of out there in the world, Don Croft?
I have to say, Hulda Clark and Robert Beck popularized it in the mid-'90s. That's when I started doing it. The concept was probably around the early 1900s. Wasn't quite understood. They knew that putting electricity into the body made you healthy. Didn't know exactly why.
And so over the years, did folks figure out what the right millivolt and what the right frequency would be to kill?
Yeah, it's not really a frequency function.
Oh, it's not?
No. Royal Raymond Rife
yeah.
perfected the frequency devices, but they were misapplied later on by Hulda Clark. Also, the tables that he developed back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s became obsolete in the 1980s.
Oh.
And they were a massive amount of work. So all those frequencies changed in the late 1980s, apparently. So if you want to find a resonant frequency for something, you just about have to dowse for it now.
Dowse?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's like
it can be done, but
kinesiology.
Yeah, it's like kinesiology.
Form of kinesiology.
Yeah. And dowsing is something anybody can do with some degree of success, and some are very good at it. Well, it's too subjective to be called a science, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get phenomenal results if you have the talent for it.
If you've just joined us, and I know I can tell a lot of you have, Don and Carol sell a really Cadillac zapper, $134, which has crystals and magnets and argon and really works different energies, and it's really top of the line. But Don, as gracious and as cool a guy as he is, turned us on to a person that he knows called $10zapper.com, right? $10zappers.com.
That's one.
$10.
I shouldn't mention the guy's name. He wants to. He don't want to be that public, but.
Okay, well, we'll just say $10zappers.com. So that'll show you how cool Don is. I mean, he's taking away business from himself for $10. So if you just want to get one, Don, and they work, right, Don?
Oh yeah.
They work.
They work great.
That's great. Amazing.
Yeah. If you want to do a little more, get my zapper.
Yeah, and these just do more stuff. Boy, I want to try out this Chembuster thing, and that's pretty cool.
Well, email me your address. I'll send you a bottle.
Oh, cool. Well, you don't have to do that. But
Yeah, no problem. No, I mean, I don't pay that much for it. And like I say, it's only $15 retail. So
Chembuster.us is the guy who invented it?
yeah, that's William Von Peters. He's a naturopath.
Mm-hmm.
It's lifequestformulas.com. He's got a whole bunch of good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He teaches in Russia. He teaches in medical schools there several times a year.
LifeQuest?
Oh, yeah, lifequestformulas.com.
Boy, you're a wealth of information. Good stuff. So how do you spend all your time up there in northern Idaho before we leave here?
Oh, you mean my work time or my fun time?
Whatever.
Well, I built an airplane last fall.
You built an airplane?
Yeah, we moved to an airfield. And so I fly every chance I get. Carol's learning. And, yeah, we go out on these expeditions. Well, last week we went to Hawaii and swam with the dolphins. And anybody can do that, by the way. You don't have to go pay for a tour. Just go to Kakua Bay and just go out from the beach. Doesn't cost a nickel once you get there.
Where is that on the Big Island?
Yeah, Big Island, Kona Coast.
Kona Coast.
A half hour south of Kailua, Kona.
Yeah, I know where that is. And you could just go play with the dolphins there.
Yeah.
Oh.
They love to swim with people. The more people, the better.
No kidding.
They like it when we swim together.
So
it's people, and they come among us, yeah.
Boy, next
It's
time.
amazing. Just incredible.
Yeah, how is that? What kind of, they must have great vibes, these guys, huh?
Oh, there's nothing like it. Anyway, they're way ahead of they're way ahead of us.
Right.
Yeah.
I read that somebody wrote something one time I thought was clever. I don't know if it's true, but they said the dolphins are so cool and so evolved and so much smarter than us that they actually evolved long time ago, came out and walked around on the earth for a while and didn't care for it and went back.
You know, that could be.
Is that true?
I can't say, but I have the impression they came from another planet. So did the whales.
Really?
And I've been around, these spaceships and stuff and Sasquatch, and that's the feeling I get from the dolphins, that they're just a superior alien race. They're here to help us. They're helping us.
Ah, boy, Dr. Lilly, he did a lot of great work with it. Is anybody...
And listen, they love Organite. They love Organite.
Organite. Oh, the stuff that's in your...
They love it.
They love it.
The material I told you about, yeah.
Yeah. Did you carry some in your pockets when you went out there?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we dropped it for them. Here's a good test. If you live in an area of coastline where there's a lot of smog out over the ocean...
Right.
Okay, smog indicates the presence of this radiation I told you about.
Mm-hmm.
Deadly radiation. Okay. You've put a bunch of Organite out where the dolphins can reach it, and that smog's going to disappear because they're going to take it out to those seabed towers, transmitters, and they're going to disable them. And people all over the world are doing this. The best documentation
You're kidding.
is a guy in Bali, who's doing it, in Indonesia.
Now, Terry, right?
Yeah, it's an acidic environment in the atmosphere.
Acidic
Here's the deal. You notice that there's hardly any smog in Los Angeles anymore?
There's none?
Have you noticed that? Well, look at any movie made in L.A. since 2002.
No, I've not been out to L.A. for a long time.
Okay, if you've ever been to L.A. when it was smoggy, you'd definitely be aware of it. If you visited there since 2002, you will have noticed that it's almost entirely gone.
And how'd they do that?
Because there's a guy down there who disabled about 10,000 of these towers.
Those towers, you mean the big, what we call cell phone towers?
Yeah, what I call death towers, yeah. And HARP, weather warfare transmitters. He disabled these things, and when you use Organite to disable them, you turn them into life force transmitters.
You're kidding.
So the atmosphere is better now than it was back in the 30s.
You're kidding.
No kidding.
You mean they've diffused them, but the people running them don't know what's going on?
Yeah, who knows? Who wants to know? Most people don't want to know. So, if only a few thousand people know and do something about it,
Sure.
that's enough.
He doesn't unplug them or anything. He just uses certain magical things to make them do good things instead of bad things.
Yeah, and there's nothing magical about it. You just combine metal and resin.
Metal and resin.
Yeah, metal particles and fiberglass resin in a muffin tray.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you toss one of these muffins at one of those towers within a quarter mile, and it changes it from a death transmitter to a life force transmitter.
So we could build one of these things and put them around our house in case this stuff is flying around the air around our house?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of it in our property.
Do you?
In fact, we made a big blue hole today in the stormy sky with our cloud busters. I was going to fly up there, but it's too windy.
Wow. Do you make these argon generators?